I was supposed to be eating 220 grams of protein a day. I can't even get to 100. Hey guys, and welcome back. How have y'all been? I been trying my best to do more vlogs, and in my last vlog I had mentioned that I had lost 30 pounds last year, and of course you guys asked what I did, so let me dive in. What did I do to change my body after 40? Now I know that's like a loaded question but I'm just going to tell you some history and my pain point. So for years I have been just walking, exercising, doing all the things, eating right, whatever, and I'm not losing any weight. And I realized like something went off. I work from home, so I realized that, at home, I'm not walking as much. And then when I go into the office for that week, like I'm averaging like 10,000 steps a week. And a day. So I was like, oh, I need to pick up the pace when I'm at home. And so I can start, walking more, just so that I can be more active. And I just noticed that if I can do 10K when I'm in the office every day, why can I do 10K when I'm home? And I came back, I think it was September, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to start walking. So I just started walking. And literally from September to the end of the year, I would say January, the top of the year, I noticed that I had lost 30 pounds. Mm-hmm. Not trying to lose 30 pounds, it just so happened. So I wanted to share what I did and how I did it, and hopefully this can help you. It wasn't like I was like, oh, if I did this, I would lose 30 pounds. I had no idea. What I also learned too was that I wasn't eating enough protein. Apparently, I'm supposed to be eating my desired body weight of protein. My desired body weight, I'm 6 feet tall, is 220 pounds. So I was supposed to be eating 220 grams of protein a day. I can't even get to 100, much less get to 220. And before I realized that I wasn't eating enough protein, I probably was doing only 50 grams of protein a day. That's it. So once I learned that, I started to try to do better. What am I hitting that 220 mark? Hell no, I'm not hitting it at all. So let me dive into what I started doing. Every morning, I have to walk Cookie anyway. So I walk Cookie in the morning, and then I walk her in the afternoon. So every morning, I would just go for like a little walk, probably like a 15-minute walk, and I'd give her a walk, and the same thing in the afternoon. So I decided to start making it a mile. I would walk for a mile in the morning and then a mile again in the afternoon. It would probably take me about 20 minutes to do that. And I was doing that every single day. Then I upped it to 2.5 miles in the morning and then 2.5 miles in the afternoon every single day. That's it. That's all I was doing. So what I realized after doing it, what I was doing was I was walking in my heart zone. I know. So no one in all these years, like I thought, like I've been doing Jillian Michaels, I have a Peloton, I've been doing spin, I've been doing all these hardcore, like, oh, I have to sweat, I have to bust, like I'm busting my ass, not realizing there was something like a sweet spot, and I had no idea that there was such a thing. So I found out about your heart rate zone. Like, what is the optimal heart rate zone for you to lose fat? Because my belly, that's what it has. I have fat and I wanted to lose it. So let me get my iPad out because there's a calculation that you have to do. I'm going to pop it up on the screen, but this is it. So here's how to find yours. So your fat burning zone. So this is when your heart is burnt, like your heart rate is at optimal burning fat. So it's equal to 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. So there's a whole formula that you have to do. You have to take 220 and subtract your age. And then you multiply that by 0.60 or 0.70 to decide which percentage you want. So 220 minus your age will equal your heart rate, what your max heart rate needs to be. And then you take 106, then you take 60 or 70% of that number. So I am 49. So you do 220 minus 49, which is 171. Okay. My fat burn zone is about 103 to 120 beats per minute. I know. So basically, of course, I wear my Apple Watch when I'm working out, and my heart rate needs to stay between 103 and 120 beats per minute in order for me to be an optimal fat burning zone. So by staying, and of course, when you're walking. I'm talking to my best friend. I'm talking to my sweetie. Like I'm just having a normal conversation. Your heart rate doesn't get to the point where you can't talk. It's like it's a good like you're starting to feel warm, but it's not to the point where you're out of breath. Okay. And I'm just walking, chit chatting with my friend for a whole hour. Like I'll walk, talk, and whatever. Just just the whole goal was for me to move my body, not realizing the whole time that I was in fat burning zone. And by being in that zone, that allowed me to burn my belly fat. And I felt as though that was sustainable. Like it wasn't hard for me to say, oh, I'm going for a walk. I wasn't like out of breath and busting my ass or doing, it was easy. And how I thought about it, if I can sit and scroll online for 20 minutes, I can get up and go walk for 20 minutes and come back. And then I can scroll for another 20. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like difficult for me to do. And I was doing it every single day. And I didn't realize what I was doing until I learned about this math and I calculated it and figured it out. I realized that um, it was nothing extreme. All I was doing was being consistent. And what I was doing was showing up for myself every day. And I was like, I can show up for myself and go for a walk every day. Even if I wanted nothing to do with the walk, I can at least do 20 minutes. And even if I did 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the afternoon, I was comfortable with that. I wasn't hitting 10K with 20 minutes, but I was doing a mile. 20 minutes is a mile for me. So if I did a mile in the morning and a mile in the afternoon, that was 2 miles, and I was happy with that. Um, I didn't have any like lofty goals like, oh, I have to do 10K every day. No, I just said I just need to get up off my ass and go for a walk. It doesn't matter for how long, as long as I do something every single day. And I just noticed that the belly started to lose the fat, the weight started to drop. And in that time span, to lose, I think in that time span alone, I think throughout the year, for the entire year, I lost 30 pounds. But just from September to the beginning of the year, that was 20 pounds. So the whole year, I was, of course, eating right, doing all the things, and only had lost 10 pounds from, say, like January to September, 10 pounds. And I was happy with the 10 pounds. As long as I'm not gaining any weight, I was happy. But when I started walking and realizing, like, oh shit, this shit is really working, and all I have to do is walk, and I'm not like dying, oh, sign me up. Sign me up every time. So that's what I've been doing. That's the little trick. That's the little key that I found out, that you can literally walk every single day and you can lose the fat that you currently have. I also added a little twist to it. I got a walking vest. Child. When I first got that vest, so I have a 12-pound walking vest. I put that thing on. Why it felt, I was like, this is 12 pounds. I'm carrying a whole 50 extra pounds, and that's 12 pounds. It felt so heavy. And that also motivated me to be like, yeah, I need to get this extra weight off of me. I don't use the walking vest every day. I only use it maybe twice or three times a week. It's not advised to use it every day. So I just rotate it. Some days I'll put it on, some days I don't. But I it's my newfound thing that I am totally excited about. Although I have my Peloton, I get on my Peloton. My goal is to get on my Peloton twice a week, but I can walk every single day without fail, 20 minutes. And I love walking outside. It is very therapeutic for me. It makes me like, it's a good like decompressor. Like I can clear my head. I love it. I never liked walking on the treadmill at the gym. I always hated it. Back in the day, I used to be a runner. I used to love going and running. Um, and I honestly wanted to start running, but I didn't because I was like, with the weight that I currently have, I didn't feel as though that was healthy for my body. I didn't want to start running. And, I'm much larger now. I don't want to be my knees or my ankles. Like, I just felt as though I was too big to start running and I should just start walking, something simple, nothing that would hurt my limbs, my joints. And of course, I'm older now. Like I can't just be running like like a teenager. Like no. And I felt as though that the walking I was able to maintain it. Um, if I wanted to listen to a new album again, talk to my best friend, or just listen to a podcast or read my book, 20 minutes was not hard at all for me to say I can be consistent with doing 20 minutes every day. If you're over 40 and you are trying to be healthier, I definitely think you should try this. I feel as though we should work smarter, not harder. And I definitely say, why not? And it also is refreshing to know that we're moving our body. And I keep saying, like, I'm trying to live for 70-year-old Julie. Like, I'm doing this because I don't want 70-year-old Julie to be like, girl, why you can't get up these stairs? Why are you huffing and puffing when you were trying to run for this train? I'm honestly trying to work for 70-year-old Julie right now. And that's the reason why I was getting up and saying, let's go for a walk. Because I work from home, it's very easy to sit at my desk for 8 hours and be like, oh, walk around my house and that's it. So it was me being intentional about go outside. If you can sit on your phone for 20 minutes and scroll, you can go outside for 20 minutes. I can listen to a podcast, a YouTube, and walk and come back and be done. This is what my road to 50 looks like: steady, intentional, and honestly sustainable. Like I can actually do this. Let me know your thoughts. Will you try this? And let me know if you would go, if you want to, we can probably do like a virtual walk. If y'all want to walk with me every afternoon or every morning, let's do that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever heard about your fat burning zone, and have you tried it? And like, share, and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.